Welcome back. In this video, we're going to create an art project called the Surrender Box. And this is an idea that came to me when I was creating that surrender sadhana that I told you about back many years ago now in December. And it was a very powerful embodiment of the sadhana that I was creating just in words. Like I was writing these daily little notes about surrender, different things that came to me for 21 days. And I would share those with a few people that were doing the sadhana with me. But at the same time, I also created a box that became my surrender box. And what was powerful about that was I could actively place in some of my thoughts that came up during this 21 days. So if you wanted to do this as a ritual, a commitment, you could take the 21 days, or if you resonate more with 30 or 40, you could do that each day, putting in whatever comes up. There doesn't have to be a specific amount for each day. Now for me, I continued to use a surrender box for much time after that. And the creation of this course has brought that back up to mind to me. And so I actually created a whole new box to use for myself going forward, and also to show you some ideas about what you can create and use for yourself. Now, as you know, often I use recycled items, so you could definitely use something that you already have. A box with a lid. You're going to want something with a lid. So it could be something like a jewelry box too that you had, or something of that nature. But we're going to take some special time to recreate the box and make it look different. That way you've spent time making it sacred, like we've talked about. We're really putting intention into this. And so I'm going to show you some of the things that I used. Now I used one of these kind of craft boxes. It's just a light wood. And I will show you what I've put on the inside here in just a moment. And I chose to be playful with the decoration of this one. You could go the route of putting totems on this, like we've done in some of the other things, like our sacred scrolls. You could put the elements on here. You know, get creative, look back in the course and think about what's really spoken to you, and you could place this on the box. I'm going to tell you about mine though, and why I chose what I chose. So you see I have really some very playful, almost childlike things that I chose. And one of the reasons is to remind me that surrender is easy, and that it's fun, and that we're not giving up something and being left with nothing. We are giving up the false sense of control so we can be inspired from within. That's really powerful, and that is fun. That's playful, and that's a good time, because from within is my best ideas and my most clear guidance. And so it's always going to lead me in the best possible path. I've chosen the chakra colors, little glittery ones here. And I also chose things to represent above and below. So I chose some stars to represent the heavens. And I also chose some flowers to represent the earth. And in the center, I found these little white feathers that I'm choosing to represent my surrenders, my messages being sent up to divine, so that I am going to receive back the most important messages for me. As I offer the gift of everything I have to surrender, I'm going to receive a gift back. Here's some of the supplies that I found. Of course, like I said, you can use your own things. I did find these great little glittery stickers if you're so inspired to make this really playful and kind of kid-like. I found some just white feathers for creation and picked a few that weren't too big that I could add to my box. But you know, you could use something like this in our project too that we did about creating the feather smudging tool. And then I also found some other little foam stickers that were stars and the flowers, all in an arts and crafts section, local store, very inexpensive. I used some just traditional craft glue for gluing on the feathers. Everything else was sticky, And I did use some paint. I'm going to show you the inside in a moment, but I painted the outside of my box turquoise. That was for purpose. We know that goes with the throat chakra, but also turquoise in many North American, Native American cultures, turquoise is seen as a symbol and a color for healing. And so to me, surrender is about really coming into that harmony with ourselves as we are meant to be. So turquoise is a great color to choose. And then, so I used some acrylic paint for that, and of course paint brushes. And I also used on the inside some green, which I'm going to show you now. On the inside, in the bottom of my box, you can put it on the top too, I put a heart for my heart chakra, and I wrote some words. Now you can make them your own, but you do want to at least include I surrender, or I choose to surrender could be nice. I put I surrender all, and I am in harmony with my best good. I also put I allow my original blueprint, the way I was meant to be on planet Earth. And I put I am worth, I allow ease. So I'm inviting in the idea that as I surrender, this is going to be easeful and graceful and fun. I could even put that, I allow fun in my life. And then lastly, I cut up some strips of paper. Any paper is just fine. You can even use recycled paper, of course. And I put a couple of things on here, but I would put long strips for yourself so that you can write sentences if you want or need to. So one of the things I'm going to put in my box is old hurts. They serve me no purpose anymore, and I'm going to release them and let them go. And I usually say, I surrender old hurts verbally out loud. The other thing I'm going to put in the box is my gifts and talents to be used. And you could even say to be used in service to others. And I'm going to say, I surrender my gifts and talents to be used for others. And that's it. That's the ritual. The creation of the box can take as long as you want. You can make it as elaborate or as simple as you love. And like I said, choosing maybe a 21-day commitment to writing down and placing in the box anything that comes up to surrender is going to be a really powerful activity and sadhana that you could perform for yourself.